What's up, YouTube Combat here, and today I want to talk about the 5 reasons why Solo: A Star Wars Story didn't meet box office expectations for opening weekend. And I just want to jump right into it. So reason number 5, the heroes are not in danger. We know what's going to happen in the story. We know that Han, Chewie, and Lando aren't ever going to be in danger. Even if they are in danger, they're going to get out just fine because we know they're in subsequent movies after that. So there's no tension, there's no build-up, there's no worrying about your heroes. Whereas a comparable movie, Infinity War, we don't know what the future is for a lot of these guys. Sure, there's future movies, but there are some characters that don't have future movies lined up. So what are they going to do with it there? There was a lot of that unknown. But at least with Solo, we knew what was going to happen. We knew that that Han was going to get out okay. We knew that Lando was going to be fine. We knew, that Chewie was going to stick beside Han. There was going to be no tension there, which didn't allow for a lot of character growth. Sure, I'm sure there is in this movie. I've not seen it yet. I'm sure there is some. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to create the same experience because we know what's going to happen to the character. Whereas with Rogue One, these other characters were never mentioned. But there could have been a possibility that some of these characters, a part of Rogue One, a part of that squadron, would have made it through that event. They didn't, but it created some tension. It created some problems, and we never knew where it was going, which I think made Rogue One a little bit more successful, just because we didn't know the fates of the characters. So I think knowing the fact that Han Solo, this is his story, this is what's going to happen, does hurt the movie and kind of makes people not want to necessarily go see it. Reason number 4. It's simple. It's being released at the wrong time, where in the last month we've seen the likes of Infinity War and Deadpool 2, two very big comic book movies, two comic book heroes. It just can't compete in that. And I think there's only so much time and movie money to go around between consumers that they just don't have the time or the money to be able to go see blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster. It's just that simple, especially when you have something as big as Infinity War, which had 10 years of lead up, along with Deadpool 2, which was highly, 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 highly anticipated after the success of Deadpool 1. So Solo: A Star Wars Story becomes number 3 on that list. And especially when you add the other 3 reasons, which I'm going to mention later in this video, it just can't compete with those other 2 movies, and really did hurt from being released at the same time. If this movie had come out in July, or if it had come out in December, it might have done better opening weekend. The expectations might have been met. But I also think these next 3 factors are huge into why it was not successful in its opening week. Reason number 3, the trailers just weren't very good. Normally what I expect out of a Star Wars trailer is for it to get me excited, to get me hyped. And this trailer didn't. It fell flat for me. It didn't make me feel all Star Wars-y inside the same way that the Force Awakens trailer did, the same way the Rogue One trailer did, and definitely the same way the Last Jedi trailer made me feel. I was so hyped for the Last Jedi after seeing that trailer. I rewatched the Last Jedi's trailer recently, and I was like, how is the trailer like that good and your movie that poopy? How did Rian Johnson make such a good trailer and such a terrible movie? It makes no sense. And then you look at the Han Solo trailer, and it just doesn't do anything to excite me. It doesn't do anything to really get me to be encouraged to go see the movie. It almost seems that it's just going to check the boxes. Okay, we need Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, Chewie, the Millennium Falcon, our female character that was shoehorning into the story, the Woody Harrelson, because we got him in the cast, so we got to show him. And that's it. And that's kind of what it is. No epic Star Wars score, nothing really to write home about. It's just a very generic trailer that doesn't do anything to bring the fans in. So the marketing material for me just wasn't there. Number 2. Fans are upset with the direction that Disney and Lucasfilms is going in right now, especially under the lead of Kathleen Kennedy, who has said numerous times that she doesn't care what the fans think. They're making their movies their way. And that's that. And that is just completely not the way to address any situation. At all. Like, that is so tone deaf. That is... I don't know. You have this franchise that was built by fans, and you're saying that, oh, we don't care about them. No, screw that. We're going to keep bringing in directors that don't know much about Star Wars to give their unique takes on this. It's like, no, bring in nerds. Bring in people that have seen every movie, that have dissected the lore, that read expanded universe novels, so we can actually get a true movie that we all want, instead of bringing in directors like Rian Johnson who just completely crap on everything that has been built for 40 years. Now, this isn't going to be a Last Jedi rant, but in all honesty, they're not bringing the right people in to do these movies. They're not going in the right direction. And to be honest, their first misstep was saying, screw the expanded universe. That's no longer canon. We're going to make our own expanded universe now. Which was a terrible mistake. It would have been like Disney saying to Marvel, I know you've made all these comic books, but we're not going to use any of them now. We're just going to go our own direction because we can, and we're Disney, so fuck you. So, essentially what I'm saying is if they had kept all these canon books in, if they had kept these expanded universe books in, there would have been more characters to draw on, more of a cohesive story that they would have been able to utilize to be able to make better movies that the fans would have appreciated. Because not everyone's going to read the expanded universe novels, but if we have a base to go off of, it would have been better. And truthfully, instead of bringing characters that we already know their fates for, would have been fantastic if we had had expanded universe characters to do these anthology movies about. Instead, we're confined to a select few that we already know about in the universe, instead of creating new characters or building off of expanded universe characters. So that's just another misstep by Disney. And last but certainly not least, a miscasting as Han Solo. And this is not the actor's fault. It is Disney and the casting directors and everyone else's fault. The lead of Han Solo, it is not his fault that he does not resemble young Han Solo. It is a tough act to look like a young Harrison Ford when we already know what a young Harrison Ford looks like. And a recasting can be done properly the way that we saw Ewan McGregor envision the Alec Guinness version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, a young Alec Guinness, and it worked. And all of us, if we see a Kenobi anthology movie, it's the movie we all want, we know that Ewan McGregor can do a good job as Kenobi because he's already been there. Well, we've already seen a young Han Solo, except we don't have the technology to make Harrison Ford look like he's 30 again, so we have to go off of another actor who doesn't have the same charisma, the same personality as what Harrison Ford had, and that uniqueness that he brought to that role. So that's where that disappointment and that disconnect happens. And I really feel that that has pushed a lot of people away to make it just seem like another Star Wars movie with a faceless character, because no one really cares because it's not Harrison Ford's Han Solo. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. Those are the 5 reasons. I want to know what you guys think down below. Have you seen Han Solo, a Star Wars story, or have you not? Are you going to see it? Just let me know with a comment down below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, Combat signing off.